Hi, and welcome to Matt Holman Talks Mental Health, the podcast where I have the opportunity to sit down and chat to amazing humans about their journeys and their stories. For this episode, I'm so happy to introduce Javeno Mclean to the conversation. Welcome, Javeno.
How are you, Matthew? You okay?
I'm doing really well, thank you. I'm really excited because we're here together having this conversation, and I'm really pumped up and energized. And just by having like a brief conversation with you before, I can really feel connected in many ways to these conversations. So I'm so excited to get into this.
Let's
Just
do it.
for everybody that's listening, I'll just do a very brief introduction. Javeno and I've been following Javeno for a while, actually, on a social media channel called TikTok. I really, really recommend everybody go and check him out straight away as you're listening to this. Go and pop your follow on there as well and your likes. But yeah, really inspired by the content that Javeno's been putting out. So thought, why not try to connect, see if we can get together and do a podcast recording? Because I don't know much about you. And that's the thing. I know a lot about the people you work with, but I want to know a little bit more about you as well. So that's how we got together. Javeno, do an introduction, let people know a little bit about what you do, and then we'll get into a proper conversation.
Yes, everyone. Listen, I'm just a person who likes to make people happy through exercise. I'm a person who likes to see the beauty in people. And I believe everyone's got amazing trapped inside of them. I just try and expose it. I don't, I'm a I like to try and be as humble as I can. I don't do nothing special. I just try and give people the attention that they require. I truly believe that's all I do.
Brilliant. And we're going to delve deep into that because you really do give people the attention and you really care as well. So we'll work through all of that. You're welcome. So first question, I'd just like to ask, tell us a bit of a story about you. Love to get to know a bit more about you, your journey, your inspiration, your why, and all those things. So I'll leave that with you. Tell us a story.
Well, my story, it's a long one, Matthew. I don't know how long we've
Go
got.
for it. Yeah, well,
But
the
long
go off in
story
a bit.
short, I've been training disabled people, elderly people for 22 years. Believe it or not, I'm nearly 40, Matthew. I was 39 last week.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But I've been since I was 16. I've been training disabled. My first ever disabled client was when I was 16. I was a professional cricket player. It got to a point in my life where I got more enjoyment out of what I could do with other people than myself. And to be honest, I just love helping people, man. I think the world's in a sad place. I think the world is in a place where people do things for the wrong reasons. Where with me, I've already said that if I'm going to help people from the most genuine part of my soul, there's no CSP, there's no lawyers, there's no cash machine. All it is just humans helping humans, and that's what I try and do. I don't want people to think I want anything. I don't need anything off you. If I take money from somebody disabled or elderly for helping them, I'm helping you for financial gain. I want to help you because I want to help you. I want to help you because I know how much it's going to mean to you and your family. And I've been like that since I was 16, and it's just escalated to a wonderful place now where it seems like, and I'm grateful that the whole world is getting some kind of inspiration from my work. And that makes me really happy, man. That makes me really happy.
Yeah. And it makes a lot of people happy as well. And genuinely it does. There's a very emotional connection that you get from the content that you put in there. So going to 16 years old, let's go back to that if that's okay. So I'm going to sort of jump around a little bit with this, but I really want to understand. So where did that motivation start? Why? Why did you where did it come?
I've not got a clue. I love telling this story, Matthew. This story. Oh, it gets me emotional when I talk about it. Even after all these years, there's certain stories and situations that have happened that it just makes me smile inside.
Right.
When I was 16, I was doing a cricket session for Manchester Council. And it's like I said, I can only be naked and honest, Matthew. I can only tell you my truth. I can't lie. I'm not going to say that there's disability in my family. As far as I know, there isn't. I've not been affected by it. I just feel like I'm one of them people that if I see something, I have to say something. I have to intervene, man. I can't sit by and watch injustice when it comes to people, and I have to intervene. I can't tell you why or how. But anyway, I was doing a cricket session with a group of young lads in Manchester, and I looked to my left and I seen a family of like an Asian family playing cricket, but there was one man in a wheelchair.
Right.
Ishmael, rest in peace, Ishmael. He's passed away now. And I couldn't take my eyes off this man, Matthew. I could not take my eyes off him because I could see that he wanted in. He wanted to play.
Yeah.
And it knocked me sick that his family were just having a whale of a time and he wasn't included. So it could have it could have ended bad because I said I stopped my session. I went over to the family. I had no right to. When I look at it now as a grown man, I had no right to walk over to someone's family game of cricket and intervene. But I said to him, "Who is this man to you?" One person said it's my brother. Another person said it's my uncle. Another person said it's whatever. So I said, "How dare you not get him involved?" I took offense to it, Matthew. I said, "How dare you not get him involved? Look at him. He wants in."
Yeah.
And I said, "This is what we're going to do. We're going to play a group cricket match." So I got his family together with my group of young boys that were playing. And I rolled Ishmael over to the cricket wicket and I gave him a cricket bat. And I said, "Every time you hit the ball, big man, nothing happens. You hit the ball, it's all good.
Yeah.
If you miss the ball, everybody on the field, your family members and my students, everyone has to do one burpee or one press up." For 2 hours, we had the greatest game.
Yeah.
He batted for 2 hours.
Right.
We had the greatest game. It was so fun. And at the end of it, Matthew, his wife, sounds really corny, and every time I say it, I would have to say it sounds mega corny when I'm about to say. She gave me a hug.
Yeah.
She gave me a hug that words can't describe, man. Even though she didn't speak one word of English, she didn't let me go for about 10 minutes, and I knew exactly what she meant with that hug.
Yeah.
And he came over at the end, he rolled over, and he wasn't born disabled. He had an accident at home that, unfortunately, the end product was disability. And he said it's the first time in 15 years that he's felt alive. And I remember everything, every second, every word of that interaction. It's the first time in 15 years he felt alive. And I was just so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Again, not in a boastful way, that something inside me said, "Go over."
Yeah.
I don't know what it was. Something inside me said, "Go over." And I'm glad that I did because of the outcome.
Yeah.
And that was when I was 16.
Wow. I think, well, like you say, it's incredible that impact that you had, and what you would have done without necessarily no intention of doing anything other than involving him in a game of cricket, right? In a
Yeah.
simple thing. And but it proves a point of something quite interesting that we see a lot, which is simple things make a big difference, right?
Of course, of
We don't
course.
see them often because we're not looking at them. We're just ignoring them or not paying attention. So,
And this goes back to what we were talking about before. Sorry to cut you up,
no,
Matthew.
carry on. Yeah, crack on.
Just see simplicity. Simplicity to me
Yeah.
is something. Even though I've got so many books and notepads and things, and I always write on the front of them simplicity, simple first steps. Because I think we live in a society now that we take things for granted so much. The smallest things are the greatest things.
Yeah.
Like the smallest things are the greatest things. Some of the greatest things in life, Matthew, going for a walk in the park, a coffee,
Yeah.
going to an event are the greatest things. And it just breaks my heart that some people feel like they're not worthy
Yeah.
of some of the smallest things in life. And I think that's where, as a society, a lot of people need to really improve on their self-worth. And I think that with my work, I'm
Yeah.
grateful that I can physically see people's self-worth just getting bigger and bigger, and people saying, "You know what? I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be included. I deserve to have the same opportunities as other people." And I think it's so important. Simplicity.
Yeah, definitely. That's why I call my company Simpler, right? We're in a
Yeah.
complex world. It's overwhelming. It's too much. We just don't simplify things. And actually, a lot of the simple things don't cost money. They just take time a little bit. And, investing that is really powerful. So
Yeah.
16-year-old Javeno has now made an impression on a family, thinking about what's going to happen next. So where did that journey sort of deviate towards next? What did you do with that? So obviously,
To be honest, I didn't think nothing of it. And as the years went on, I just found myself in
go on.
weird situations, Matthew, where
Yeah.
an example being as the years went on, I was at the time of 16, I was doing sports coaching.
Yeah.
Then I started doing exercise classes and stuff while I was playing cricket, and then obviously went into playing more high level cricket. But I remember even there was another time in a boot camp. I think I was about 19, 20. I was in a boot camp. I was doing like a session in the park, sorry. And there was this gentleman, a Jewish gentleman with Down syndrome that I was just watching every week. And every week I'm trying to get him in. I'm like, come on, man. He's like, nope, nope. He was just fearful.
Yeah.
He was scared out of his wits. And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna get him. Every week I was persistent. And I said to him, you know what, if you come and get involved, and I think it was 10 squats, I said, do 10 squats or something. I said, I'll come to your house and give you a PT. His eyes lit up, his eyes came out of his head, and he came and he did it.
Yeah.
And then anyway, long story short, I started training him in this local park.
Yeah.
And I remember one day he was, oh my God, Matthew, as humans, right? I love me, you know. I love Javeno. And I don't mean that big headed, mean that I don't think I'm the best looking or the strongest or anything like that. But I am the way I am supposed to be. From
Yeah.
my dodgy hairline to my patchy beard to my dry toes. This is the way that I was is intended to be, and I embrace it. And any opportunity, I'm gonna let the world see it. That's why when people see my videos, I don't ever do take ones or take twos. I do not care how I look or how I sound. I care about the message that I'm giving out. And this man was so insecure about how he looked, and it got to the point where obviously I had my cricket stuff in the boot of my car every single day. I had my pads, my helmet. I said, how about this? I said, do you think people don't care? I said, if you're we used to do walks on the road and things like that because he was a big person and he was so self-conscious. I said, I need a strategy to make people look at me and not you. And
Right.
this is where I started to understand humor.
Yeah.
Humor is so important. When a lot of people watch my videos and people say, oh, some of them are so funny.
Yeah.
It's so strategic. I started to understand humor. If I can make you laugh and take your mind from here to there, whilst I'm still working on you and you don't even know it, but you're laughing at me, there's a strategy. And I realized, so what I did was, long story short, there was a time for about 7 months. You see a big dude in his full cricket gear,
I was going to say, I can see it
jogging,
coming.
jogging around the park in Prestwich
Yeah.
in Manchester.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason why I did that, I said, I need to find a reason of somebody looking at me on the street. So when we're walking down the street, he's going, oh my God, someone's looking at me. So I said, I need to find a way of making him go, no one's looking at me because everyone's looking at this weird man. And then Matthew, I had my bat, I had my pads on, my helmet, and I'm just jogging around the park with him. And the whole
It's
half an
impressive.
hour,
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
just laughed his head off. And it
Brilliant.
even got to the point where I said, Billy, I'm gonna do another. If you think this is funny, are you enjoying yourself? He goes, yeah. I
Right.
said, do you want me to do another lap?
Brilliant.
And then I worked out that each lap was 7 minutes. That's
Oh,
another 7 minutes of laughter.
yeah.
There's another 7 minutes of joy. Even though I look like a silly, muppet, weird, crazy man, I started to understand how to disguise certain things in
Yeah.
order to build other things. But as the years went on, and as I got older, I just realized that professional sport isn't always what it's made out to be.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of athletes leave, and my love for the sport started to go, and I got more enjoy. Without being boastful again, I was a really good athlete, Matthew,
Mm.
but I didn't get much out of always winning every fitness test. I didn't get much out of always winning every agility test, every press up test, every plyometric test. I didn't get much out of it. I got so much more fulfillment out of knowing what I could do with other people. And then the first time I seen how it affected someone's family, it made me go, yeah, I was born to do this. I thought cricket was my first love, but it wasn't my true love. And
Yeah.
I never thought I'd say that growing up, Matthew. I was obsessed with cricket. That's all I ever wanted to do.
Yeah.
And B was a cricket player. And I thought, cricket, that's all I want to do. And as I've gotten older, it was my first love. But what I'm doing now is my true love, if that makes sense.
Yeah. No, it does. And you still enjoyed a good, career with
Of
cricket.
course, I love cricket. I owe everything to cricket.
Yeah.
I owe everything to cricket. But now just helping people. There's nothing better. Money doesn't even compare. Look at this now, Matthew. I'm just coming off the top. There's so much stuff in my head. This
Yeah.
was a few months ago in a local Sainsbury's. I met a lady who her her mother. I used to train her mother,
Yeah.
and her mother passed away. And then she said to me in Sainsbury's, "If it wasn't for you, we could have lost her 2 years ago."
Right.
And I've given their family 2 more years of wonderful memories. And I said, you know what? That's how I get paid, man. Them
Yeah.
kind of comments and that kind of respect. And I know what it does for the family.
That's another level of care, isn't it? And that's the,
Yeah,
not giving up on it. It's too easy to give up sometimes, and not giving up. And some of those videos that you've put out, and and I encourage genuinely to anybody to go and watch some of those videos that you've put out. They, some of those topics, they are challenging, right? Because some of the people you work with, they are in quite dangerous spaces mentally,
yeah.
their mental health. And how do you find sort of that impacts you sometimes? Because obviously you're not the counselor, but you are in effect, a relationship to them as a trainer.
Yeah,
How do you find that?
it's a hard space to be in, Matthew. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. It's a space that I'm not afraid of.
Okay.
I'm not
Good.
afraid of it. This is why I believe that I was born to do this. Anyone that I've ever trained, whether it's somebody with a terminal illness or severe disability,
Mm.
I ain't afraid because I know I can make you smile. I know
Yeah.
whatever you're going through, give me 30 to 40 minutes, I'm gonna make you forget.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you forget. I'm not gonna cure it. I'm not saying I'm gonna cure it, but
Yeah.
to me, it's about making magical moments in the present. That's what people remember.
Yeah.
Whether it's so, I know I train people with dementia. They may not remember this what we did 2 weeks ago, but the time that you're with me, you're gonna remember right now how you felt
Yes.
right this very second. And the people that I train, I just try my best to let them know that they're safe and that they're welcome and that I see them. One of the most important things to me is making sure that people know, again, this is so simple, that I notice you. A lot of people, especially people that are vulnerable, people that are disadvantaged, they go through life feeling like they're not being noticed. And I
Yeah.
think I've never had that. Many people haven't, but to feel like nobody sees you,
Yeah.
that's a horrible thing that I don't wish on anybody. To feel like you don't belong or you're not wanted. And this is why I try my best. I've got this thing called the 7 second rule, Matthew, where we spoke it about before that me and you are huggers. I'm a hugger. When I see you in real life, I'm gonna
Yeah.
scream to you. I'm gonna let you know, Matthew.
I'm on
I
it.
might
I'm
even,
on it.
I
I'm
might even
working in the
pick
gym
you
to
up.
protect myself.
Yeah, but even
I'm on
like
it.
my 7 second rule is that within meeting somebody within 7 seconds, I'm gonna give you something to make you go, he's okay.
Yeah.
This space, this environment is okay. Whether that's a hug, whether that's a joke, whether that's a compliment, whether that's
Yeah.
something. And I think just being welcome and feeling it's
Yeah.
I just don't like people feeling unwelcome. I think it's a really horrible thing to feel for anybody.
Well, the first 7 seconds of our opening of this, I was on mute. So,
I missed it. I
so
missed it.
there you go. So we were trying to get the sound on before we
Yeah.
joined, recorded this, wasn't it? And I was on mute. I didn't realize, schoolboy error that I made, but that was quite, I thought I made an impression, on mute, the boys on mute. Oh, brilliant. But so this environment that you've created, and it's a very safe environment for many people, right? And you work with groups across all the, different, parts of society and different disabilities, different age groups. And so when did you decide? So this is something that I'm intrigued by. So obviously there's this 22 years that's been sort of mentioned about you haven't charged certain people for any of their training for a very, very long time. When did you sort of make that as a decision? And it's not a business thing, by the way. It's just I think it's a bloody wonderful thing that you do. So
I, I, it's never interested me, Matthew.
no?
To me, that first session with Ishmael,
Mm,
the love that I received
yeah.
from the family was enough. Money didn't cross my mind.
No.
And to this day, it doesn't cross my mind. I've got people that have got some of the worst illnesses that you can think of, some of the worst disabilities that you can think of. And to see the way that they live life and the way that and without being corny again, I take it very serious in regards to they've chosen me, Matthew.
Mm,
They could have chosen anybody.
yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? So let's say a few of my people that quite a few of them have passed, but the ones who I've got presently who have got terminal cancer.
Yeah.
I'm not going to name people, but one of my people now got terminal cancer. They've been given 6 months to live.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how I would react in that situation. So
Mm,
this person, wonderful, wonderful, beautiful, strong, intelligent person, has been given a countdown to when they're going to have their last breath. But yet you've chosen Javeno.
yeah.
Therefore, I can't fail. It's impossible. I'm going to have to give you the best. I can't because life's the most important thing, life and family. And this person has said, I've only got 6 months. I want to spend it with you. Matthew, I need to give you the best, the greatest, every second of every session.
Yeah.
That's the pressure. It's not even pressure. I look at that as the blessing that they've chosen me in that moment of crisis. That moment that I don't wish on nobody on this planet, even my worst enemies. You've chosen Javeno. So therefore, I look at that as the massive blessing that I've become. I'm that person.
Yeah.
And yeah. So it's, what was the question again? I can't remember what we were saying.
It was just to do with the fact that you've enabled so many people to participate in your work or with you for free for so long.
And that's the relationships that I've got with people. So when you're so deep and emotionally invested in people, and they are with you, money has no place in that relationship. Exactly. Money has no place in that relationship, because if money comes in, Matthew, it kills the love. Everything, that all this care that I'm trying to show you, all this love, all this attention, all these things that I'm trying to pump into you to make you feel good and great about yourself, to make you say, I'm going to get up tomorrow and smile. I'm going to get up tomorrow and live the best I can. Soon as I bring in dollars and pounds and yen and euros, everything, it's like a bath. You're taking the plug out and it's all draining.
It's brilliant.
And the craziest thing was, Matthew, to me, J7's been legal for 7 years, right? Legal.
Right.
Reason why I say that.
That's worrying.
I'm going to explain.
I don't want to know.
No, I'm going to explain. So to me, J7's been alive for 15 years, but it's been legally a building for 7 years. 15 years ago in my mum's kitchen, I've written out J7 on a piece of paper.
Yeah.
Not this piece of paper, but an A4 piece of paper in my mum's kitchen 15 years ago, of a magical place called J7. A place that wasn't on 2 or 3 floors like everybody wants. A place that was on 1 floor, because energy is king. I'm a big believer in energy. Energy goes. I don't want to walk in the room, Matthew, and then you're upstairs and I can't even see you. I can't even say, Matthew, how was your 10K that you did the other day? You can't say, Jay, how was your cricket match? I wanted a facility that was on 1 floor where you can have a million different people of different abilities sharing a room and energy and still being together. And I've written it on my mum's kitchen, in my mum's kitchen 15 years ago, and I called it J7. So it's been alive to me in my heart and my soul for 15 years. 7 years ago, when my little boy, my son Mason, was 1.
Right.
And he kind of inspired me to go, do you know what? I'm going to make that piece of paper turn into reality. And that's when I had the balls to actually open the facility. So when I say it's been open for 7 years, it has. But to me, it's been alive for 15 years. The piece of paper, that's still in my mum's house. I don't know where it is. She better not have thrown it away. I swear to God.
If she did, hopefully she recycled it, right?
Oh yes, I hope she has. Oh no, I've had a really bad vision of my mum throwing it away, thinking it's nothing. But that piece of paper meant the world to me, man. And that's where J7 to me was born 15 years ago. And I'm glad that I did. I'm so glad that I did.
Yeah, well, and and I think on behalf of lots of people, I think lots of people are very, very happy that happened. Albeit your mum might now have disposed of that piece of paper. Hopefully,
no!
You need to check that with her after this.
Oh God.
But we're sort of coming towards sort of the end parts of this. But I do want to just ask a couple of questions, if that's okay. The first one is an interesting one. Why is it that all of your colleagues tend to get beaten up on the videos that you put? I love that.
Right, so
they tend to be the end of
they don't get beaten up.
I know, I'm joking.
They don't get beaten. So I know,
just get little taps here and there.
Yeah. So you know what? I'm so happy that you said that. Right. I'll tell you why, Matthew. Because one thing that I put so much effort into is giving people normal experiences. I think it's so important. I'm not going to get I could have easily gone out and spent thousands of pounds getting hoists, and different equipments that treat people like animals, where pick them up. These are my little brothers and my little sisters. These are my aunties and my uncles. I'm going to treat you like a human. So guess what? I'm going to pick you up out of the chair with my hands, and we're going to play football. I'm going to pick you up. I'm going to put you on my shoulders, and we're gonna play pin the tail on the donkey. I'm gonna give you normal experiences. So, like, say Sophia, she loves beating up James. His nickname's Badger, but
Yes.
we call him his real name is James, but we call him Badger. She loves hitting him because she's our little sister. That's our little queen. So, as big brother, I'm gonna play with you like you're my little sister. I'm gonna give you normal experiences. I'm gonna disguise the exercise and the rehab
Yeah.
with just fun and family activities. Just like I would get beat up of my little brother, like, jokingly.
Yeah. Of course.
So when I seen the joy in her, when I seen the joy in her face when she hit Badger with the swimming noodle, it's so soft. It's like it's nothing. It doesn't hurt one bit.
Yeah.
I see the joy in her face made me go, I've got something I can just disguise exercise around that. And then one thing that I'm grateful for is that my staff that I've trained, they get it.
Yeah. Of
The
course.
minute James got hit, and obviously it didn't hurt him, but he's seen the joy that it brought this beautiful 12-year-old girl recovering from leukemia. He said to me, next week, let's do it again, and she can hit me 80 times. So then every single week now, me and James will think of things that she's going to be able to do.
Yeah, of
Now,
course.
if you do it, Sophia, you can hit him 100 times. If you do it, Sophia, you can hit him 50 times. And the fact that that makes me really proud because he gets the message as well. He gets what I'm trying to do. And I was so proud of him for participating, but and just understanding the greater message. So on the outside, it looks like she's just having fun, but she's actually working the core and the shoulder muscles. She doesn't have a clue. Do you know what I mean, Matthew?
It does. It just makes me laugh because it always seems to be Badger that is
Yeah.
like
She only wants to hit him. I've tried to get other people, and she went, no, I want him with, I want Badger with the beard. I want to try and hit his beard.
Well, for anybody who's listening, it's not as bad as it sounds. Okay.
Oh, of course it's not.
I recommend you go and have a look at these videos because they are actually really funny when you see. And Sophia seems to be a wonderful character. Well, all of the ones that you've done videos with, they're all amazing characters in their own right because they've all got their own personalities, right? And I guess that's something that's beautiful for you, right? It's everybody's different because they're not all identical and everything.
No, of course, it's very individualized. And one of the greatest compliments that I've ever gotten, Matthew, is when Josh, Amy, Sophia, Shahed, DJ, or any of my guys, when they say things like the other day, one of them said to me, I can be myself. I'm not afraid to be myself.
Yeah.
And on the outside, that looks very, very simple. That looks like a very simple, basic comment. But to me, that meant everything. I had to walk outside and again, take it in. As humans, there's not many times where I'm a little bit different, where I am unapologetically Javeno every single day.
Yeah.
Sometimes 9 out of 10 people probably put a mask on, and pretend to be certain things. And when somebody says, you've given me the courage, the confidence to just be myself, to showcase to the world, this is me, deal with it. Whether I'm disabled or able-bodied, or whether I'm big or small, or whether I can walk or not, to go, you know what, this is me, and you're going to see me, you're going to accept me, you're going to see, and you're going to respect me. That to me is a compliment that I take very, very seriously, and I am grateful for that.
Yeah, brilliant. Never change that, because I think you're right. I think it's worse than 9 out of 10. I think it's 9.5 out of 10 because very few people are willing to sort of lower the mask, show the true who they are, what they are. One thing I will ask though, if that's okay, Javeno, is the singing. It's a little bit of a certain sort of, you have to have a certain pair of ears to be able to listen to that.
Really? I thought I was getting better, Matthew.
Well, you know what? I encourage it because you're trying your best, right? That's all we can.
Oh man. Tell me, gotta hold on to what we got. Doesn't make a difference if you make it or not. We got each other, and that's all right for love. We give it a shot. I've been practicing for years,
Mate, I love it. I was thinking you were going to say halfway there, and I was going to say we're at the end. We're not halfway.
No, you didn't. You know you don't like it. Don't lie. You're lying.
I loved it. I genuinely loved it, and I would love to stand and do karaoke with you anytime. The Power of Love was a little bit heavy. That was a little bit of an ear scratcher, but
it was
good. Poor Kira.
I do love a little bit. I do love a little bit of Celine.
Well, I
Thank
think
you. See you later.
Kira in the video, I'll ask people to have a look at the Kira video with the power of love being belted out by Javeno. It's a whole nother experience, definitely.
Yeah, well, even my mum said, "Oh, don't do that again." That's what she said when she listened.
Oh, mate, honestly. Oh, listen, I really genuinely am so grateful that you've done this. And you know,
Thank you.
it's just,
Thank you for inviting me. And like I said, you everything that you said to me, beautiful words. Like I said to the other day,
yeah.
I seen your TED talk. I've been a fan of yours, brother. I've
Oh,
been a fan of yours. I think what you do is wonderful. I think the way you speak is wonderful, and I'm grateful that I've connected with you.
oh, you know what, that means a lot. That makes me feel quite emotional as well, Javino. And you know, I definitely need that hug. And when I come up to Manchester, I'm checking out your J7. And
Definitely.
funny enough, we talked before we recorded about the you know what was seven means, and there's many different reasons why it means a lot to you. And then I announced to you that this is episode 177. So you know, it just was meant to be, meant
It
to
was
be.
meant to be.
Um,
It was.
but sending love to you and all your team and all the people you're working with.
Thank you so much.
Genuinely, hand on heart, appreciate all the things you do. I know so many people respect everything you're doing, Javino. Never change that, because
Thank
you know
you.
you're a bright, shining light for so many people. And in a world where it's dark and you know there's a lot of negative stuff, you know, we need more Javino out there, definitely. So
Thank you so much. Thank you, man.
Javino for president, eh?
Thank you.
I'm backing you. I'm campaigning for you. But have you got any final thoughts? Anything you want to share with anybody before we close
I
this? That's
feel people just love people, treat people normal,
yeah,
notice people, and any opportunity to give a hug, sing a song, make somebody feel good. I'm begging people to do it because you don't know what that small gesture could go so far in somebody else's life.
brilliant.
Peace.
Love that. And the humor side, you know, let's not lose our humor, right? Because
Definitely, definitely.
sometimes that's the thing that brings us and gels us together. So,
Process.
oh, mate, honestly, I'm so happy with this. Brilliant stuff. Appreciate it. Look after yourself. You can go home now.
Yeah.
So that's it. Thank you so much for all those who are listening. Please do go and check out Javeno and his work. I will drop the links to your TikTok account on there as well. Please go and check out these videos are incredible, and I can't say that enough. But yeah, and hope you enjoyed this episode, and we'll be back doing some more. But lovely to see you, Javeno. Pleasure to
Definitely.
meet you. Take care, buddy. Look after yourself, and catch you soon.
See you later, buddy. Bye, Matthew.
Bye bye.